Hello, everybody. It's Tuesday, May 23rd, end of May. School's getting out soon. I think my kids are on a countdown. Um, I just want to say, man, what a week. And what kind of crazy things can happen in a week. Most of you are friends of mine on Facebook. If you're not, feel free to send me a message. But unfortunately, one of my little sisters passed last Wednesday, um, early morning. Never woke up. Um, so it's crazy how those things can kind of turn your life upside down, and um, slowly things get better. But what and I've been fortunate as far as family deaths go. I lost my grandparents when I was younger in my teens. So, um, like I said, this is a little bit new to me. I have both of my parents. So um, what I'm kind of starting to realize, and at first, so Alan and I have our meetings on Tuesday. I talked with Daniel Gomez Tuesday night about coming to the Millionaire Mind Bootcamp. And then Wednesday morning happened. Um, and I like I said, it totally disrupted everything. Um, I started out thinking or like worried about doing the right thing. But as the days go by, and I mentioned this to my little sister, because so my sister was 46 when she passed, and she actually has a twin. So I had twins in the family. Um, so I told the other twin, Kathy, um, there's no one right thing to do in situations like this. You just got to do what's right for you, um, and whatever feels best for you, and not worry about, what is someone else going to think about what I'm doing or that sort of thing. For example, we went to the funeral home Sunday, and the twin, Kathy, couldn't go because it was too hard for her, and that's okay. It would have been great if she was there, and I texted her asking her things. Um, but it was too hard for her, and that's okay. Um, so I want to thank Alan. Alan has this way of putting things in perspective. He has such a history as far as his ministry or being a minister, close to a minister. Were you an actual minister?
Yeah, 10 years. I
Yeah.
think it was 12 years.
So, he was a minister, now is very strong and very active in his Jewish church. Um, and, is very, has a positive outlook, and it's very easy, when chatting with Alan to kind of see the good in things and to, um, you know, um, be strong and um, move forward, that sort of thing. I'm struggling for the right words or whatnot. Sort of like Daniel Gomez, kind of a motivator, um, a thing to kind of get you out of that funk. And like I said, I'm kind of in the funk right now. Um, so anyway, um, for you guys, I started trading again today. Um, I actually posted on Facebook what I was watching today, and this is the 5-minute app. Um, so Lowe's was reporting this morning, um, bad earnings like Home Depot, um, bad guidance, um, but yet the stock was quite strong today. So Lowe's and Home Depot went on my list. I added Target just kind of in case. I think cost reports in the next day or two. Um, and I believe it was Target that reported and said, people are shifting towards, um, non-discretionary items like essentials and things like that. So I added Target to the list. And maybe I'll keep them on the list for when cost reports. Google's my standby. It's always on my list, and I think Alan's list as well. Likes to trade um, Google. AVGO is Broadcom. So there was a report out this morning that Apple made some $1 billion deal to use Broadcom for their chips to be built in the US. So, and I don't think those two did well today. Um, but but yeah, I put these on the list, waited for the triggers, and then traded some. I think Home Depot was one of the first. Lowe's was one of the first. Apple might have been puts. Um, and 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 I'll get to Google next. So I traded three things. I traded Home Depot, and um, same as usual, I got out way too early. But this was a beautiful. So here's the 5-minute high of Home Depot, and this was a beautiful, incredible trade. And I got in at 9:50 Eastern. I was waiting for a reversal to come back here, and it never did. I probably got in at the top of this candle, which when it started reversing. Um, so, but I got in, and then as usual, I paid too much attention, got spooked out, and made like 20%. From here, where I got into here, I think was at least a triple. Um, but like I said, this was the quintessential perfect example of the 5-minute rule. You know, it triggers here. Um, you get in small, or you wait for a reversal that never happens. That may happen. Um, and you load the boat and go. I was also in Oxy, and actually, I think I posted that I added oil. Um, yeah. Um, Added oil with Oxy and XOM. So I was watching those two on the 5-minute as well, and I believe Oxy triggered as well. Um, Oxy didn't do as much as I had hoped, um, but I made enough. I think 20% on that one. Um, when I think it rallied. The last one was Google, and Google kind of floated around there. It never really triggered until later in the morning. And like I said, it kind of bounced in here, bounced in here. But I got in within this box, I probably around here, and just had my stop right at this 5-minute low. But I got in, played it for a little bit, and then got out with I think 20% or so again. Could have gotten more, but and I don't know if I posted this on Facebook, but I said, you know what, I'm happy that I'm green, so I'll just walk away today being green and starting to be a little bit more choosy. Because that's what the 5-minute rule does. It it tells you which stocks to pay attention to, and it tells you which stocks to not even look at. I mean, if they're within their 5-minute range, you don't want to trade those. You don't want to spend time concentrating on those when you could look at the stocks like Home Depot. And you know what? Let's go look at Lowe's, because Lowe's another one. Bad earnings, bad guidance, but yet the stock rallied. Whoops. Um, Not as much as Home Depot. That's quite the huge. I gotta stop doing that. That's quite the huge opening candle right here. Um, but it did trade up, and I believe it's green for the end of the day. Yeah, 1.7% on bad earnings. So I don't know, Alan. Market's going crazy. And the market was down today, probably because of the debt talks. Um, So I don't know. Your thoughts, Alan?
Well, couple thoughts. First of all, Home Depot and Lowe's have been on an explosion tear. I was short, played it perfectly. I had a feeling on Lowe's would do that, so I kind of like what I did is I went ahead and got out a lot of the position the day before. I mean, I've learned, the 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 built-in amount on it was just so high, that there was just a lot there. It wasn't worth trying to go ahead and go too crazy on that. So I did play Home Depot to go down, and I played Home Depot to go up. Sometimes I'll do that. So I'll take a position because I knew Home Depot and Lowe's was going to drop. And part of the thing is I'll buy way out of the money puts. So that way I got out at open. But what was cool about it is I could see that Home Depot was taking off. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy. I wouldn't expected it. The 5-minute app alerted it, and then I went ahead and went long Home Depot. I was into it a pretty heavy amount. I was telling Brian earlier that I got out, when it was 5,000 something. And I'm like, I'm not going to like play the reversal. So I got out before 12. Wish I didn't. But, these things don't go up forever. So it was pretty bizarre that it did what it did. And so great trades, but basically everything was down today. I know Bookings was down. I know Google was down. There was a lot. The biggest surprise to me was Raytheon. That's the first time I've seen that ever go below 95. That's a short right now, but if it gets back over 95, it's a long.
And
Which
I
one you
just
bringing up?
Raytheon, and I realized that, wow. I realized that I don't think I was sharing my screen when I was showing you guys Lowe's and Home Depot and Google. And I'm actually looking at now the 1 year of RTX, because 9408, so there's a low down here. What is this? 9334. But yeah, if you look at the year to date, that might be your bottom here. Because then we're looking at this low 80s. If that 94-ish doesn't hold, actually, well, let's say 9350, if that doesn't hold, yeah, it'll be interesting. What kind of data did they have today on the 5-minute? They were kind of flat within that candle. So like I said, I forgot to show you guys Home Depot with its tear. And like I mentioned, the perfect example of the 5-minute, because if you draw this line here, it would have triggered here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 5-minute candles. So close to an hour, it just ran. It never didn't show a red candle that first 50 or so minutes of the of trading. And we talked about Lowe's, even though they had terrible earnings like Home Depot did, bad guidance. They were up, and they were up 1.7% today, but that opening candle was quite large. And I wonder what 2.5%. Notice how this is red. I wonder if I can zoom in on this, because these are the opening candles. And Lowe's posted a 2.5% opening candle, which is it's red because it's saying, you know what, this is a big candle, you may not want to trade it. Whereas Home Depot was 0.5%. And last, I think, was Google, and then I think I got a split because my son has baseball tonight. Google was pretty flat, you know, within its 5-minute range until 12:30 Eastern when it kind of broke below that and kind of never really fully recovered. And you have these flat, well, let's call them Darvis boxes, even though Darvis traded not on the 5-minute candles, but the dailies. You know, you have these boxes that try to hold and then break. Here's another one that tried to hold and then broke. Again, tried to hold and broke. And I think I traded either this box or this box short. So interesting. That ceiling's still up in the air. I don't know what else I read. I mentioned Apple's news. That's about all I have in regards to the market. Let's look at the 3-month on Google. We're tending
I
to
think
kind
been
of,
on a tear.
right, exactly, yeah. Let's look at moving average. And the 20. Oh, we're quite high. 20 moving average is 112.57 and we're at 123. So, yeah,
That
I
might be
would,
a nice short on Friday.
yeah, there you go. Look for that to start to come back. Because yeah, 1, 2, 3, and then a consolidation up again, a consolidation. So it'll be one to watch. And like I said, when my list, Google's kind of a mainstay on it. It's usually there. So, and then I kind of watch CNBC in the morning to see what's moving, what's reporting, that sort of thing. So, yeah, hopefully things are slowly getting better. Starting to trade again, which is exciting. I hope you guys are doing well. Let me know about the apps. I got to start working on the sign-in stuff for the earnings volume app. And I looked at that today too. That showed Google with, I think, 3-to-1 calls. So I think people are kind of bullish on Google. So we'll see where it goes. Anything else, Alan? You're heading down to San Antonio Thursday?
Going down Thursday. Got some business before then. I'll be taking care of that, and then I'll be hanging out with Daniel Gomez. So I'm looking for that. He's always a fun guy to be around.
Yeah.
You know, good stuff.
I think I heard that he's got the meet and greet Thursday night. I forgot what hotel he mentioned. So yeah,
that's it. Yeah.
so yeah, you might have to like live stream for us and while you're down there. Yeah, yeah, and you're gonna be in the back. I know you. You're gonna be in the back trading Google while the speakers are up front.
Well, we'll keep that secret.
Right, exactly. Yeah, unfortunately, you know, with things that have come up, I'm not going to be there. I'm going to miss it. But one of the other things that kind of up in the air with. So enjoy San Antonio. Enjoy the Hofbrau. Darn it. Okay, hold on. I gotta get it. Yeah, enjoy the Hofbrau. Enjoy the river walk. Say hi to Daniel for me. So, okie doke.
Yeah, we're looking forward to having you come there. Sorry to hear about your sister.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah,
So,
maybe it was another weekend or next weekend instead of this coming weekend. So, but okie doke. You guys have a
all
great
right,
rest of the week. Alan, we'll talk to you later.
all right.
Okay. Bye, everyone.